Decimal Ops Investigation 1 launch video. Skills you are going to need in this unit include addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, decimals, fractions, ratios, unit rates, estimation, and rounding. So we'll begin by reviewing some important terms, making sure that you guys have this in your brains. Estimate is an approximate calculation, quantity, or value. An example of that is, I would like a new snowboard, and the new snowboard costs $447.95. I can estimate that that snowboard is about $450. Rounding numbers is using estimation to make larger numbers into ones that are similar in value but easier to use. Hopefully you guys are all familiar with the number that is referred to as pi. This number is 3.14. However, that is a rounded number, and if we looked at the number in its entirety, we would not be able to do that because that number could possibly go on forever. So we round it to 3.14 to make it easier to handle. Ratios are the relationship between two related numbers. Here I have got a couple of examples where we are possibly comparing the number of boys in a class to the number of girls in a class. So this ratio is 21 to 18, or here we might have 12 boys in a class to 7 girls in a class. Unit rate is a comparison between two quantities in which one quantity is a unit. So two examples of that are miles per hour or dollars per pound. Fractions. We've done a lot of fractions. They are called or defined as a numerical quantity that is not a whole number and is represented with a numerator and a denominator. In the simplest form, remember we need to put all of our fractions in simplest form. Two examples are, of course, 1/2, 1/2, or 1/5. 1/5. Decimals are numbers that are more or less than 0 and are written using the decimal point. Here I have an example of 0.25 where the 2 is in the tenths place and the 5 is in the hundredths place. And then there's another example where 1 is greater than 0 and we have the decimal point, 6 and 7, tenths place, hundredths place. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Not going to go over that because you guys are all pros. Now let's look at the two questions that you guys completed in the pre-assessment. This question here asked you to estimate the total cost of these groceries in the grocery cart. For this, I'm going to round to the nearest dollar. $1. So eggs, I'm going to estimate that cost of $1.97 to be $2. Rounding up to $2. Milk, it's $2.60. I'm going to round that number up to $3. Pop-Tarts, $3.85. Again, I'm going to round up to $4. And finally, gum is $1.19. This one is less than half, so I'm going to round down to just $1. Adding all of that up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, $10. And the last question from the pre-assessment. Mary bought 2.5 pounds of grapes and paid $3.50. How much did 1 pound of grapes cost? And just to clarify, this is the last question for the 1-point investigation on the pre-assessment. So we're going to take that $3.50 and divide it by 2.5 pounds to find out how much each pound cost. So $3.50 divided by $2.5, excuse me, means, doing division the old-fashioned way, 2.5 goes in 1 time. I'm going to do the subtraction here. We're going to think of this as 25 and 100, and 25 goes into 100 4 times. Bring that 0 up, and we have $1.40 per pound.